All right, all right, all right. What's up, folks? Let's get into this hood meeting that this old Death Row Crip Records of the United States, better known as the Trump administration, got going down. Let's get into the hood meeting that this fool named Pete Hegseth done forced these generals. I mean, it is a hood meeting. It's gonna be put offs. It's gonna be cats getting put on, and some of these people gonna get DP. I mean, this dude with a made up military record got this shit running like what's that shit Crip might be saying? What do you call it? The alley. Somebody help me out. What's that? What little baby snaps alley? Yeah, this guy going baby snaps alley. That's what a fucking meeting at. They hold this shit in the little baby snaps meeting, man, on 5-5 fucking goddamn Crip Mac Hegseth in here bullying people with 20 and 30-year military careers, just firing them at will. Just firing them at will. People getting suspended for talking about old Charlie. Man, Hegseth on that Minister Society shit. As much as they hate black folks, they sure love watching the Black Hood movies and reenacting hood shit. That's what's going on in this Trump administration, man. They need to turn the movies off that they watching in there. They turn all that hood shit, knowing they've been using that shit to try to figure out the black community and figure out a new way of implementing a new wave of some COINTELPRO shit. But not realize they don't need all that shit. Half of these damn idiots are just dumb. You just show up as a white man and they do whatever the hell you want. But Hegseth in recent weeks has been firing a bunch of folks. Recent months, all that good stuff, been firing a bunch of these generals. Letting them know you got to go, homie. You ain't been putting it down for the set. You done let the homie get smoked. And you think I'm going to let that shit ride? Hell no. Ain't nobody went back on a mission. We got tanks and planes. You ain't bombed nobody's house. You ain't shoot nobody's shit up with a helicopter, a jet. Man, you fools is outro, homie. And we're going to beat you up. So he got a lot of people up there at this meeting, them generals not knowing they about to get the death row treatment. They about to go into the Suge Knight dark red room. And these generals gonna get beat the fuck up by a script actor playing as a military dude in Hegseth. Who Hegseth's record, I believe, is not only was he working on TV, but when he went through the military schooling, which a lot of whole ass officers go through, is these little cadet corps type things or these ROTC programs, is he decided to join the reserves. Be a weekend warrior with his military shit. And then only to come in here and get the promotion from Trump because Trump saw him on TV. And Trump said this fool will play a great military leader. And he going to represent this new set that I'm going to create. And it's going to be called the Wig Head Crip. And this is what this motherfucker on. So he up in here super tripping on anybody representing the United States of America through military service. That this young punk coming in here about to bully a bunch of people who probably have more years in service than this old punk has living. Boy, this shit about to end bad for each and every dummy in this Gestapo. For those who know history, you better go read up on it. But this Gestapo type leadership is going to get squashed. I wouldn't be surprised some Valkyrie shit take place with these generals. If they don't pull off some Answar Sadat type shit on these people and have a military coup, because man, these generals ain't about to play with that shit. These fools messing over these people money. You ever see the money that some of these generals make? Let me show y'all some of this shit. Let me go into military pay skills. Hold on. Military pay scale. Let's show you what they get. And then to think some of these fools got all this time in service and you just about to fire them at will when you feel like it, man. They ain't about to go out like that, homie. Something funky gotta happen. Something major gotta happen, man. I'm sitting back with my popcorn, ready to push the start button on the microwave because I know it's gonna go down. I know it's gonna go down. These fools up here just acting overboard, irate with shit. Then you had this fool Trump had he got the little blonde head bimbo broad go after the wait, is this it? He had the blonde head bimbo broad go after the FBI director. Comey said, nigga, bring that shit on, hoe ass niggas. Motherfucking Comey nutted up on these punks. He said, go ahead, you old buster ass tricks. Yeah, let's try that shit. I see you hoes in court. Call me about to embarrass Trump. Niggas going after him, man, over his investigation into Russian interference. So now Putin Trump going after an American goddamn law enforcement official, man, who the only person should ever be going after the FBI is the only thing the FBI should be targeted for and the leader of the FBI should be targeted for is its targets against black folks. It's just simple as that. So this is the money that generals are making. So O1 is the bottom of the pay scale, and this is what they start off. And they first, as soon as they graduate college, they come in there, they making $4,000 a month. And that's a general with 1 year up to 2 years. They making up to $4,000 a month. Second year, they making 40, what is that? 42. And this is just the first year, like the lowest rank of an officer. Second year they making 5,000, but by then they should be promoted. By within 2 or 3 years, they should be promoted up to a first lieutenant, and that's what an O2 is. And so they should be making like $6,000. But you going into the level that these fools is calling in these people who are at general levels, and I think the general starts as an O7. So if a person came in, I know you can come in as an O damn 7. So if you came in as a 1-star general, which is a brigadier, you start off making $11,000 a month. But usually, so let me set this all the way down here. So usually they'll have something like, what is a general 1-star? Probably within 14 years, maybe making $13,000 a month, and that's just in their basic pay, just the standard rate of pay, making $13,000. These other fools with 20 something years, almost making like $18,000 a year. You think they about to sit there along with all type of benefits? This is money that you don't even got to touch. This is money you don't even got to touch. These generals, these officers really can let that money sit and just be smart with their bread. On top of they getting shit like housing allowance and what is other benefits? And there's some other benefits that go along with this shit. But this money right here they receive every month, they ain't got to touch this shit. And a lot of them are married to chicks that probably work, bringing in extra income. So this is money that's just sitting in there for these people, along with other shit. And these fools just go in here with these people with these lengthy ass careers. And because this dude may not like them, may not like the way shit sounds in the way that they want to run operations, along with a fool who's nothing but a cadet. Donald Trump then hired a damn cadet to oversee the goddamn military and telling people with military experience that exceeds his existence in goddamn life. And he's firing. Man, America's military is at its weakest state in the history of American war history. Like, man, our country would get annihilated under the leadership of these punks. And the rest of the world is looking at us like motherfucking chopped liver, homie. Chopped liver. It's easy work right now. With all this advanced shit, with these dummies who think they know more than everybody, that's the way that Hitler ran shit. With a super advanced military and got his ass handed to him. Got his ass handed to him so bad he had to put the goddamn lead in his own head. And that's what's going to happen here. But in this hood meeting that's going to take place in Baby Snap's Alley, because it's going to be in Virginia, by the way, but it's going to be in the 5-5 Crip Alley out there in Virginia. He going to have these fools doing DPs. People going to be getting put off. No goddamn retirement benefits. None of that shit. Kicking them to the curb, acting like they didn't exist. If you a black general, oh, you got to goddamn go. How the hell you get up in here is what Hegseth going to say. Getting rid of all that black shit, Tuskegee Airmen. Hell no. It's Von Skegee Airmen. We ain't changing all that shit. It's the Von Slittersnoots Airmen. We ain't getting all fuck all that Tuskegee shit. They ain't do none of that shit. Matter of fact, we ain't even talking about World War II and flying. That shit old. We want to hear nothing about blacks doing shit. Especially these black people killing other white folks over there in Germany and shit. Every time we look up, it's the black people in war killing white folks for America. And see, Hegseth and Bush, not Bush probably was like that too, but old Donnie doesn't like to hear that shit. So the Tuskegee got to go. They've been shooting white folks out of their airplanes and shit, getting all this credit and shit. When a white guy's up there just, aiming at them and missing because, they could not kill one of their own. They could not do it. Sir, can I go over to Japan and kill some of them motherfuckers? I can't kill my mama's brother in this airplane and shit because that was going on in War II. That's why that shit was going on so long. The Russians had to put it in the motherfucking Hitler and shit. So the other white cats is like, man, listen, sir, I can't go over to Germany, man. That's my motherfucking little cousin and my uncle and them fighting over this shit, man. Please don't let me do. Don't let me go over there. So when Trump and them look at this history, they hear the black folks. The Tuskegee Airmen would love to go over there. They gonna kill these motherfuckers. Oh, hell, we're going to take our anguish out there. We already whooped these niggas' ass in that Civil War. Yeah, give us these old-ass planes and we'll still fuck them up. So that's what it was. So Hegseth ain't fucking with none of that Tuskegee shit. It got to get wiped out and change with the Von Sludersniffs Airmen. So they're gonna create some news story about that shit. Put they little pictures in the goddamn Smithsonian. Remove all that red tail shit up out of there, and they about to put on some of this white Crip shit because that's what's going on. And I mean, this shit is like some unheard of shit that these fools got going on with these generals. Like, get down here next week, Nick. Take everything off your itinerary. We going to war, and I'm about to see who with it. I'm about to see who with it. But where's the war at? The war is in America. They took out the homie Charlie, and we ain't gonna let that shit ride. They done killed that nigga right in front of you. You gonna let that shit ride? Hell no. Fuck that shit. I ain't gonna let that shit ride. Hegseth ain't gonna pick up a goddamn water pistol, let alone a super soaker. He a pussy. But that's the way it's going down. I see through all this shit. I laugh at this shit. So the general's going to be starting to look like, man, what the hell Hegseth done did? Because Donald Trump inflated up. Like, man, Hegseth is the right guy to lead this shit. He at the State of the Union. Yeah, Hegseth, during the goddamn Vietnam, Korean War, he done hit a front flip over the DMZ, put a motherfucking North Korean in an arm bar, punched him in his head, and then somersaulted back across the South, jumped on a plane, came back home. Then when the Iraq war kicked off, he sniffed motherfucking Saddam Hussein out of that hole, lifted him up by a strand of hair, punched him in his mouth, took a photo with him, and then put him on the motherfucking trial. Then with SEAL Team 6, the nigga was the helicopter. They flew under this nigga arms. He dropped them off. Flipped in there, shot motherfucking what's that fool name? Damn Bin Laden, and then came back over here. So Donald Trump created those kind of stories. So the generals have been believing that this fool was some great war hero until they got the paperwork. The generals got the paperwork. This fool is a pansy, an old TV personality like Charlie. Like good old Charlie. See, Donald Trump hooking all of his TV buddies up with jobs. That's where this shit coming from. This shit has started from The Apprentice show. Now, what network had The Apprentice? We got to blame them for all that shit. Whoever gave Trump the TV show is the ones who should be put on trial for this shit because they have created this damn TV personality as idiot. Bozo motherfucker who is hiring nothing but people off of television shows. That he has created these fake stories of Hegseth being some old commando ass motherfucker. And Hegseth believed that shit. The script has been implanted in his brain. So Hegseth, this is his story. So he ain't do all this old flipping over the DMZ, choking out no Korean and hitting a backflip, dragging Saddam out by his head and punching him like G.I. Joe and shit. And all this other, stories that Trump probably telling about why he promoted this motherfucker, got every damn fool in the trailer believing in this dummy. So this is the story on this fool military service. So his military service go from 03 to 06. 2010 to 14, 19 to 21. So after graduating from Princeton, so he a fucking dweeb. He a Princeton motherfucker. So Hegseth was commissioned as a second lieutenant of the United States Army, says to the University Reserve Officers Training Corps. Says he briefly worked as an equity market analyst for Bear Stearns. Oh, he from fucking Epsteinville. He has connections to Epstein's. They all them worked at Bear Stearns. Ain't this something? Boy, the connection, the dot. Hegseth completed his basic training at Fort Benning, Columbus, Georgia, in 2004. So this fool went in after, he older than me, and he goes in after I done got out. So I was out the military by the time this fool then went in. Says, and for 11 months, says he was a Minnesota Army National Guardsman, says at Guantanamo Bay Detention Center. So they made sure he really wasn't going to see no action. So he went in right as all that Iraq war shit going on, and they take this pussy and put him where real soldiers and capture motherfuckers and send them there. He's probably the one taking naked pictures of them. So this is who Donald Trump got these. If I was general, I wouldn't be dealing with none of that shit. Nigga, I ain't come down to meet you. Nigga, catch my fade, nigga. Come, hey, Hegseth, you got a bunch of. That's how I turned into this shit. Hegseth, you a nobody, you nothing but a captain, nigga. I'm a general. You think I'm about to take an order, nigga? Fuck. Hey, this thing got fades back here. You got fades with the 3-star general, that 2-star general, the 1-star general, nigga. You got like 80 fades back there. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. We running this meeting now. So this fool came from Bear Stearns. He served in there. So by July of 2005, he returned. So he got his job back. Boy, you talk about white privilege like a mother. Come on, homie. Ain't no way you can go into having a job, leave that motherfucker, join the army, and then come back. Man, please, you'll see this feel the day they fucking put your ass on that damn basic training plane. And they will forget who the hell you is. This fool is Epstein connected like a motherfucker. Epstein, Trump connected like a mug. Trump knew this fool. Shortly thereafter, says he volunteered in the Iraq War as an infantry officer. Lying. He received the Bronze Stars. He took off somebody else. Probably got grazed by the wind of a bullet. Hegseth served in the 3rd Battalion, 187th Infantry Regiment. Says in 101st, man, these niggas be making these niggas' careers up. This fool ain't do shit. It probably nobody even know that fool. He began this tour in Baghdad since before moving to Samaria. Where the hell is Samaria? Samaria probably way behind the front line. Says where he served as a civilian affair. This nigga talking to civilians, man. How the fuck this old fucking financial analysis motherfucker getting all these plush ass military jobs? Hold on, let me go. Who is this whole ass motherfucker parents? All I heard with Hegseth whole ass was a TV dude. Let's see who his whole ass parents is. He definitely a buster. Everybody in the Trump administration a bunch of buster ass motherfuckers. So he became a contributor for Fox News. Like he getting all these plus jobs. Man, get the fuck out of here. He was a co-host on Fox and Friends Weekend. Get the fuck out of here. This busted ass president. This old weird ass administration. I see why America done got so damn weird. And why the people who voted for Trump finally realized, always right, Reggie Owens told you, hoes, the fucking punk was going to play you. You bunch of Melania Trumps, homie. No, really, y'all bunch of Donald Trumps because Melania the real pimp. So you all hoes is what it is. Everybody just hoes. It's just a bunch of hoes shit. So if I was them generals, I'll beat this motherfucker up. I won't listen to shit this punk got to say. Nigga, fuck that. Like they say in the military, when you swear in, you won't take unlawful or unconstitutional orders. Fuck these chumps. This fool Epstein connected. He Epstein connected. So let me see. This fool went from Baghdad to someplace Samaria where he served as a civilians affairs officer. Bitch, he didn't even have a gun. Bitch says working in the city says working in the city council and forming an alliance with. Man, it's enough of this damn chump. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. He shouldn't be. He should be running the government's paper affairs. How the fuck he in charge of wars? How the fuck is this nigga in charge of wars when he did go to war, he dealing with civilians in the city council? Oh my fucking god, boy. Oh, that's why I love discovering this shit, man, as I go. Because I be knowing there's something clown ass about these fools. Because anytime you get like badass people, tough people don't gotta put on acts and act hard all day like the Trump administration. These fools been bitches when you see them, bitches on TV, because that's where they come from, and then they come back whining and crying, and now all of a sudden they ain't got nuts. Where you little puppies grow nuts? Well, these motherfuckers are some hoes. Now you tough guys. Fucking bitches. So I guess he on Operation Ride on My Op. So this is about the Charlie, what's it fool? Kirk Get Back. And everybody forgot about Charlie Kirk, like I said. He's a nobody, been a nobody, a TV motherfucker like you, Hegseth, who means nothing to America. The same way Donald Trump means nothing to America. All people know about Donald Trump, he's been a TV ass punk who then came from a silver spoon, and then he got all these old trailer park idiots and some of these old school dropout ass fools who believe in this dummy. Like he's some tough guy and no shit. Man, you fools is crazy. Salute to my brother Steph. Salute to everybody else who in the background. He says 4547 says hit the like button. Says sounds like he made the cut. Says when Trump came in. Says moved over to the next administration. Says talking Pete. Says he's a white sucker premise. Yeah, his sucker ass is a sucker premise. Yeah, but he a hoe, and I see right through it, just like the rest of the leaders of the world see right through it. Just like it was a lady. Damn, what was that video? I was watching the video earlier. Let me see. This lady was from Slovakia. Hold on. Let me see where this lady from. She went in. Yeah, she was from Slovenia. She came out and said, homie, we ain't in no damn civil wars nowhere where Trump talking about he end all this war. Oh, girl, lady came out at the UN shit like he ain't ended shit. And the other shit we need to deal with is that Gaza shit. Because the rest of the world looking up on that. It's going to backfire for that clown Netanyahu, who should be in prison. And then there was some shit the other day with the UN thing that they denied a U.S. visa for the officials from Palestine to fly into that UN conference. That's the kind of shit that Trump is pulling and shit. And then it was something I was reading when they showed about Netanyahu coming over to this UN thing about how he took an unusual route over to America where he supposedly had avoided flying over European countries. Because I don't know if those countries had him as a war criminal, whether he'd be arrested, where they force his plane down or something. I don't know what that was about. But it should be forced down. It should be forced down, and that fool should be arrested, should be brought to an international war crimes court, and he should be executed. That's really what should happen to Netanyahu. He should be found guilty and executed and rid the planet of such scum, because that's really what he is. He's a scumbag, and he should definitely be sent off for the the ills and of his act. So that's what it is. But really, that's all I got on here. I just want to clown about this shit and about this threat that this dude is making to generals and this hood meeting shit he got going on, because that's really what it is. They think America is a new set, is what they have turned this shit in. And the TV says salute, because the first administration he tried to run like it was Klan rally shit. This time he running like it's the hood. He in the little baby Snaps Alley and shit. Steph says, mark my words, says next president will be blue. Oh, absolutely. All that shit flipping. Some of them southern states, this other little gimmicky, like just way out shit, this redistricting shit they doing and all this other stuff. And you see everything this fool's trying to do, man, because he knows the writing's on the wall and that it's over with. And then here they are trying to steal and pull this shit before elections come up. It ain't going to work for you, Donald. And then you got these broads that you didn't hire as your goddamn attorney generals filing these charges, which is going to be an absolute embarrassment to these women in their careers, who I think the women are reluctant to even file these charges. But like hoes that they are, because of everything tied to the corporate check, they need those jobs. And the fact they feared Donald Trump firing them. A lot of these motherfuckers in this country is hoes, homie. Hoes to a check. It don't matter if you from Disney, you from fucking ABC, you from fucking BBD and PPC. Use a fucking hoe over these hoe ass motherfuckers' money. Even Trump a hoe. Trump a hoe. Every time you look up, he crying and trying to sue somebody for some money and shit like a snitch. Oh, raggedy motherfucker want to be a gangster. He steady in court snitching, telling the police, running to the police. And here he is trying to put the FBI director in prison over some shit for Putin. Because these fools ran an investigation about Russian interference in elections. And now they talking about some indictment shit. Man, Kobe said, bitch, I'll see you hoes in court. And I'm going to embarrass them hoes like the motherfucking Diddy trial, chump. And then we're going to get this Epstein shit out. Man, they need to hurry up with that Epstein file shit. Or do we got to wait till the election and get some of these little clown-ass Republicans up out of there who don't know how to do their work, who don't know how to do their work to represent the people, who don't know law and order, who don't know constitutional rights. They are here fearing this old Manhattan, born and raised, silver spoon private clown and Donald Trump, terrified of this punk. And in due time in the building, salute to Cuzzo. And then Steph says Epstein will. Yeah, all these fools Epstein connected. I didn't realize this Hegseth fool is Epstein connected. He done worked that goddamn Burns and Stearns with this fool, Bear Stearns. And then Otto Boxer says, what's happening, Slim? Talking about y'all idol, Donald Trump, talking about this hoe and his super Crip Secretary of War cadet corps nigga done got Secretary of War position, telling generals who done served more years than he been living that they fired and they getting DP'd. And then Steph says Epstein will be exonerated. Epstein will be exonerated. No, he's not. He ain't about to be exonerated. Fool guilty as all sin, says before it's all over. Yeah, how Epstein gonna get exonerated? Epstein just gonna look worse for what he did, along with other people working in coordination with his ass to fuck with the minors and shit. That's what it is. And Trump connected. Hell, if they dig deep, they gonna find that Hegseth been in that shit. It's gonna be a lot of up their name people tied into that shit. And then Otto Boxing says don't start no drama with me tonight, Slim. No, I'll start drama every night with you old Trump loving idiots. And he says dude, what is that? Says dude is dead. Give me a break, man. Shit, you can't exonerate. Fuck that dead punk. It's certain people you step on their graves. There ain't no you show sympathy towards a sorry ass piece of shit because they dead. And that's the thing people need to break out of, is showing sorrow towards scumbags just because they passed away. Fuck them. That's why there's piss that go on certain people's graves. Like you ain't no honor these motherfuckers. You know, if they supposed to be so Christian like, that's why I always question who was their God that they talk about, that they have tried to push off the people. That you can be a piece of shit to other human beings throughout your life, and then when you pass away, people want to act all sorrow and try to force the world to forgive motherfuckers and then to speak so highly of pieces of shit. Fuck these punks. That's the one thing I stand. That's why I say I'm different than a lot of black folks. And I pride myself on being different than a lot of black folks. Super prideful. And the fact that I don't make everything like blacks that made up everything and we all like, no, I don't do that shit. Prideful as a black motherfucker. Steph says white supremacy says trying to do their thing. Says look at this Kirk mess. Man, the white supremacy look like it's doing bad to me. That shit don't look like it's doing this thing. It look like it's dying. That's what supremacy look desperate. That shit never worked in the history of that shit. And that's what's got to get through the head of these wealthy white folks with these and the other thing is that they're not a lot of the power has to be flipped. A lot of the wealth in this country has to be flipped. It's no different than the changing the gold stand. You got to take the power out of these fools' hands. You have to. And what you've seen is a repeat what these fools trying to do at the turn of the century. When you deal with all the what is those large dudes in the early 1900s, the DuPonts and the fucking what's the guy over the railroads? These dudes, the guy over U.S. Steel and all these cats during the Gilded Ages and shit, where these dudes just went with absorbent amounts of wealth, and the wealth just stayed. And this is where we get this elite wealth class. That should exist from there. These people have always maintained the control and make sure the money stayed there. Wasn't none of this trickle down shit that would later come into kind of a economic fucking policy of like the Reagans, that the money comes down. They ain't giving down none of that shit, and that shit has to start to change. The people have to flip that. And then Deuce says, "No way, Epstein's dead." Is yeah, but behind the scene, he might be dead because they probably got autopsy proof for that shit. There's autopsy proof for that shit that he's dead. I doubt that he's living. They probably found him hanging in that damn cell. But then again, it's uncool when there's certain powers that push certain people that work in these institutions away from being able to see a person. People removing people from details for possible assassinations to occur inside of a damn jail cell, let alone being a suicide. But he's probably definitely dead, bro. Because as much as people are split politically and on this situation, they would have made some statements about the shit. Like, we have a fugitive out here who was on the loose. Deuce Time says fake autopsy. Nah, I doubt it's some fake shit like that. But then again, with the power of this motherfucker and the fact that they allow wealthy people to do so much shit, and then you can't get. And then under the Trump administration, as much as y'all want to talk about corruption and buying the Trump drain the swamp, Trump is the swamp. He's a swamp thing that you can't even get. You can't even get righteous fucking investigative work being done, especially with his connections to this damn dude. So if they was to fake a damn autopsy and sneak this guy out of here, it'd been something connected with Trump, but not just Trump alone. There's a lot of these people connected to this dude and that shit that was going on in that, not even just that island. There's shit going on in New York City with these dudes. That shit ain't about that fool just flying on this dude's plane and going over. They was doing that shit right in them damn apartments these idiots own. So they can't make it all about no Epstein Island and some international shit. That shit was popping right here in this damn country. And you got these sack of shits here in sitting in Congress that refuse to do their damn jobs to get these files opened up and seeing what's in. And that's the reason why Trump going after Comey, because wasn't during Comey's time that the investigation was done under his FBI, and why they going after this fool. It ain't just about that Russian interference shit. That shouldn't be nothing. He's targeting his fool. This whole presidency in the second term ain't nothing about the American people. It's about Donald Trump crying. This fool sits in front of the UN, sitting there whining about them stealing the damn elections. I looked at some shit. He signed some executive order about TikTok, and the motherfucker sitting in front of cameras talking about how the Democrats don't do nothing but steal. They stole the election. Like, nigga, you in the fucking White House again, stupid. Focus here on America and making shit better, but that ain't the fucking objective of this term for this fool. The objective of this turn is to steal as much money from this country that he don't give two fucks about, because he felt this country has wronged him. And he's going to bring pain to this motherfucker until these retarded old fucks and some of these weird young fucks that wear suits to motherfucking the Capitol do something. And then the chump sitting in the goddamn Supreme Court do something. Because he's intentionally trying to crash the shit, but it ain't going to work that way. He'll have an overthrow within the system. And then you look at the Doge dumb shit about all this fake corruption they said and wasteful spending. And then now you find out his idiotic ass is rehiring government fucking employees and shit. Because these dudes are incompetent as the DEI people they claim. These fools are DEI. They had it twisted. These fools is what the equity and inclusion shit was these motherfucking weird ass fools. And but that's all I got on this one, man. I just wanted to talk about this one because it's crazy with the fact that a goddamn Epstein cadet who is getting privileged and plugged in and then faking like he's some old war motherfucker when he up there talking to Iraq civilians rather than being on the front line busting a gun and shit. And then get back in here and acting like he the damn big time shit. Like these fools is crazy, man. The goddamn bozo that this administration has turned into. And I can't wait to see the Comey trial and Comey clown these damn fools. Comey in there make them bras look stupid. That them bras just say, man, I can't take this Trump shit no more. I'm out of this shit. I quit. I quit, homie. I can't do this shit under this Trump shit. He burning out all these damn federal law enforcement people. These little idiotic fools working for the damn there was a football game on today. Working on the ice thing, they gonna be burnt out with their little bigoted asses. Like how you gonna you just go into a job and you just cool with just running up and snatching people up. Like that's how hateful motherfuckers is. And then what is that training like? What is the training like? Like this is crazy. Let me see. Judge to rule very shortly on to bid debate. Oh, okay, I see that. Like, what is the training like from going into that? Like, are you going through a full, lengthy, proper training, teaching the laws, teaching codes? Or are you just saying the objective is to go racially profile? These are what the people should look like that we want you running up and snatching up, throwing in vehicles, cover your face up. But if they look like me, Melania and Hegseth and JD Vance and Bondi, do not touch those immigrants. Leave them here. And next we'll be going after the black ones and claim they sneaked in here from Africa. Like this motherfucking Trump is stupid, homie. Steph saying, yep. But that's all I got, folks. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. I think we'll do the Friday show. We'll do the Conspiracy Friday show. See if Deuce and Brandon got a topic tomorrow. And we should be good. Saturday, see how my son doing his basketball. The season start is on and cracking, folks. And when you see white only start to pop up, piss in it. So you see any white only fountains, you drink in it, and before anybody else can go behind you, you piss in that motherfucker. I'm gonna teach you, Donald Trump. That's the type of shit you think you bring this country back to, which would never happen. And then Steph says, "What's your response to the young white?" Oh, is that how you write, dude? I'm wondering, like, what the hell is DOOD? Says the white dude pulling up to was it Tennessee State? Says, what's it? What you mean, white dude pulling to Tennessee State? You talking the ones trying to do that Charlie Kirk shit? They ran out the school. Says, what position, son? Oh, because my son taller than kids his age, he probably gonna play center. He probably gonna play center or like forward because he taller than kids his age. But the Tennessee State thing, I think they did the right thing running that dude out of school. But I hated seeing those dudes needing to tell the dude, the white black man create this, black man. They thing should have been get your funky ass the fuck up out of here, trailer boy. And they should have took those tables they brought and crushed them over their goddamn heads. But no, I think the kids did it the right way. Let them know we ain't playing none of that Charlie shit. You gonna take that Charlie shit to a white school where you got smoked at. Because I think it's time for y'all to run that mega shit and that turning point dumb shit to white kids. And you need to start telling white kids about behavior. Teaching white kids about peace, not this ignorant dumb shit. Start teaching white folks on learning from black folks on solutions to whatever they cry about. Like these fools do nothing but fucking cry. Bunch of the most privileged punks in society are such whiny ass people complaining about everything when they're the ones who create the dynamics to all this shit. Had it not been for what the whites from not long ago have done, you wouldn't have this shit. He says, unfortunately, it's white supremacy. Uh, but nothing's. I don't know why y'all use that damn word, but white supremacy is nothing. All white supremacy comes from is young and old white folks who can't use their motherfucking shit to fuck anything. They're bitter in life. Bitches don't fuck with them. They're miserable. They hate to have to compete with people. And that's simply what it is. So I don't see nothing in white supremacy. It's just people who've had advantages due to time and the structuring of the system who happen to be in position of shit. But that position would slowly start to dwindle away. And especially once people stay focused on shit, people start learning to create, learn to do with their money. All the shit is here. Just learn to do with the money. Hold back on not needing to spend shit, get the fly things you want, but not go overboard with too much consumption of shit. And then force prices to go down in this shit. But white supremacy is, I don't know why y'all call it supreme, because it's not. It's a bunch of delusional, can't get pussy ass people cry all day. And then they complain about shit that they see, but they have nothing to look at it for. How do we resolve that shit? That's what leadership is about. There's nothing about how do we resolve. It's just cry, get rid of it, arrest them, blah, 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 blah. Like, get the fuck, me drag ass in here. Well, go dig Ronald Reagan the motherfuckers up and arrest them bitches. And then Steph says, and they want to keep says they want to keep it that way, and it won't stay that way. It only stays that way as long as people remain ignorant, people remain dependent on substance. It only stays that way as long as people can't control themselves around alcohol, people can't control themselves around drugs, and people can't control themselves around women. Because we get pussy, but you have to be able to have, restraints against always want to get that shit. These motherfuckers who don't get it be the motherfuckers you gotta watch. And these fools be like super weird. They getting so far down where they can't get bitches. They trying to legalize these motherfuckers forcefully taking it from abroad. And then trying to reproduce that way. Like, these fools is crazy. And Steph says, but there's resistance to that, no doubt. Yes, white supremacy never works, bro. This is one of the most failed projects that has been attempted for the last 300 years, especially here. It always fell. And then Picasso says, I didn't understand the title of the show. No, you got to go back to the beginning. I covered the title of the show in the beginning, so it don't take all that time to cover it. I can be done in an hour done in the first 20 minutes of what my topic is. And but supremacy has always been failed. It's failed throughout history. It's failed in every other nation they have attempted that shit in. But are there lasting effects to that shit? Absolutely. There's lasting effects to anything from a negative standpoint. There's trauma from things in a negative standpoint because of how people handle those traumas. And a lot of times people handle shit with too much fucking emotion and shit. Some people don't know how to move past shit. And then that's where they come back to that alcohol shit and the drug shits to cope with the shit. And then Picasso says gang members need to join the military. No, I think crybaby ass white folks need to join it and gain some discipline while in it. And that's the thing that's not happening in the military. You get a bunch of bitter, reckless, untaught, poorly raised, undisciplined motherfuckers who were taught weaponry and shit going in the military, and it does nothing for them because you have the wrong people here at the top. And what you see a reflection in this Hegseth and Trump administration as to why you don't really get shit. And then when you really see the reflection of the military is when you go out to what many people in Trump administration complain about, homeless people and the bums and the drug addicts, is that people did their surveys. A great percentage of them motherfuckers are out of your military. A great deal of them. If the military was so squeaky clean and all this shit, there would be no need for drug testing in the military. Oh, and you best believe that, and a lot of civilians don't know that shit. You best believe they're in there making your young children who are soldiers to sit there and piss in bottles to test their piss. Because a lot of them old soldiers is junkies, homie. And when they get out here, they come back into American civilian world and bypass getting the job because that motherfucking calling to drugs is that fucking powerful. And the Steph says you always do that. Someone asks about the show, and you go says you got to go back to the beginning. Hell yeah. Well, I look like going back to what I'd already covered when somebody come in late and would ask that 20 times. Hell no. And then Steph says the military as bad as they say it is right now. Says media always pointing out how bad how bad of shape folks are. Says what? So, oh, you meant how bad a shape folks are in? No, because people coming from these fucked up environments, they ain't been taught shit. But how do you expect people to come into the damn military? And the military shouldn't be about where you bring people in to want to teach them to kill motherfuckers, and that just shows a wicked side of shit to begin with. And we wonder why so many regular civilian motherfuckers are so violent, because our society is teaching that's what for your freedom is to kill. Well, motherfucker lose his mind and feel like he's being oppressed and feel like his freedoms are being jeopardized or what he wants to be free to do. So he grabs the gun and does what the country talks about of, being blessed for your freedom. He'll grab that gun and blaze some shit. And so, but yeah, no, the military in a bad shape. The military, what's the purpose of the military? What's the purpose in all this shit? Where does America see itself? What is America trying to reflect? And America's best reflection is what you see in a lot of these veterans, fucked up. The recruiting pool that's out here in America, fucked up. You don't go after none of these silver spoon kids. Why? Because they're degenerate as fuck as well. Not just the people who come from lower economic backgrounds. That's why they don't go after rich kids. They don't recruit rich kids. Imagine if we change that shit and force even rich kids to serve in the military. America would get attacked in the first week they enact that shit, because they know these weak ass punks who are from Donald Trump in them bloodline, RFK bloodline, the rest of these bitches, Hegseth bloodline, are weak ass bitches. The country will get attacked the first week they enact bringing the motherfuckers in the military. But these are fools sit here and act tough and have every criticism to give about people who come from the suffering side of American society, who really experience what America is like. Not all this glorious, golden road shit they projected a bunch of immigrants who come running over here and thinking that's what it is. And why do so many of the Americans who are here complain so much? Then they get a wake up call, dummies. Steph says, there's boot camps beforehand. I mean, boot camp ain't enough to shape somebody where you need them at and shit. Certain people, but it's like anything, like with sports and any of that. Some people are at different speeds on that shit. And then whether or not you have good leadership, you don't have a lot of good leadership that are training soldiers. That's the other side of shit. And it goes back into sports where you don't have good coaching. Some people be thinking you're supposed to be a finished product. Nobody put time into training people. A lot of leadership is bad. A lot of leadership don't have patience to really train some of these dudes. And Picasso said that's why they go in all this robotic shit. Fuck, let the robots handle our missions. Picasso says the military is disciplining the lost children. They ain't even disciplining them because the leadership is piss poor. And then the fact that people like Hegseth and them can get jobs trying to dictate shit within the military and acting and treating America's military forces like their enemies and shit, because he doing the work of Donald Trump. What Hegseth mad about? The fuck he mad about? Fucking privileged Bear Stearns, bitch. But folks, that's all I got on this one. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace. Always speaking the truth, attempting to. That's all I got. Peace.